Hello and welcome. I am Max Wolf, and today we're going to be doing a review of everything that happened in 2023. It was a very busy year, so let's crack on and see what happened. And so, where better to start than the first month of the year, January? So, where did we start off at? We started off at the Phoenix Inn, Hartley Whitney. Really big show, absolutely crazy. This was the second year in a row I'd done this meet. We've just done this previously 7 days ago. And let's have a quick check through the video. Start off with a low drone shot. Really busy meet, as you can see. This meet is brilliant. Everyone just parks in the centre of the road, all the way up. It goes on for a long way. Let's just skip through this quickly. And there's everything in the pub car park. As I said, this is a brilliant New Year's Day meet. Really worth going to. So, after we did this meet, we then went from Hartley Whitney over to Brooklands for the New Year's Day meet. Now, we didn't get there particularly early because, as I said, we were just at Hartley Whitney at the Phoenix, but we still managed to get there, and as you can see, loads of cars here. And this is one of the ones that we took the Granada to. This is a long time before the Mopar. We'll talk about the Mopar. At this time, I knew about it. We will get to that. And so, coming back here, we can hear "Hello, Mr. Wolf." There you go, Mr. Wolf. Right, let's skip through this one. Not particularly much else. As I said, we got here a bit late, so everything had sort of left by this point. And this was back when I used the 360 as my walk-around camera. This thing took forever to edit. It made nice visuals, but it's just horrible to edit. It takes absolutely forever. But for shots like that under the plane, when we come up here to Concord, you can get a nice nose shot. But yeah, this camera just takes forever to edit, so yeah, I've packed this thing in a long time ago. It just takes way too long. But Brooklands, very busy meeting. So let's get on to what we did next. And one quick thing before we leave the Brooklands video, this is what the 360 is good for. Stuff like this. When you just want to film yourself next to Concord in a Granada leaving a car show, that is what it's for. So moving on to the third meet of the year, this is the first Bagshot Breakfast meet of the year. Now, I remember this one. It was extremely wet. We had very heavy rain, and I didn't want to get soaked, so we were in the Focus this time because heavy rain, don't bring the cars out. But instead of doing a walk around or anything else, I just stuck the 360 out the window. We drove around the car park. Wasn't the best turnout, but for the first one of the year, we'll see very soon if we beat this. I'm sure we will. This was particularly quiet this day, and yeah, the weather was ridiculous. But one special thing that did happen at this Bagshot Breakfast meet is I got to drive around an American police car. Daniel's one, in fact, the RPD Raccoon Police Department car. Now, there was a reason for me driving my first left-hand drive car at this show. We had another car in mind. Well, we'll get to that. Let's just say, I drove this around in Brooklands, not Brooklands, I drove this around at Bagshot. Great time. Thank you, Daniel. Absolutely loved it. It's cool. What can I say? So, moving on to Krispy Kremes, the first Krispy Kremes of the year. I'm assuming we're probably going to do a very similar thing this year, with Bagshot being the first one and then the first Krispy Kremes. Let's see what was happening at this show. Oh yes, so this was before all of ULEZ actually came in. Unfortunately, it's got in. But one of the things I tried to do is, these signs are massive billboard signs that are there for advertising. And basically, I tracked these out and actually put the anti-ULEZ poster over them. I do sometimes put a load of editing into videos. Well, I edit them always, but sometimes I chuck the extra fun bit in. So, as you can see, Krispy Kremes, pretty busy. That's good meat. Any of these videos, if you want to see any of these, the whole video, these are all up on YouTube. These are all of my YouTube videos. I'm just going over them, providing a little bit of back detail story to them. So, Bling Beast on tour, 20th of August. Right, let's talk about Red Hill Cruise quickly. The first time I actually done a set of videos from Red Hill Cruise, the 2022 one, I get very put behind because I filmed loads of stuff and college basically took way over. College was extremely difficult at the time. I had so much going on, so much workload, that getting the videos done just didn't happen instantly. So I got a bit behind, tried to catch up with everything else. And again, the 360 was the main culprit of all this. That thing just takes forever to edit. I absolutely hate it now. It's good for its uses, but not for this. But this was one of the videos I got done early in the year because I wanted to get the 5 parts out that I set out for the Red Hill Cruise of 2022. I wanted to get them done before the next cruise, so we got on with Bling Beast on tour, and I'll give a quick skip through this one, even though it was last year's videos. We'll quickly go through it, because this is one of the ones I released in January. So, we've got the Daz's Socks and Martin Bird there. That took some while drawing that up, but you got to do these things. So, I got summoned to get in, and later, here we are, in the Bling Beast, going around Red Hill. It's one of the best meetings of the year. Not quite my favourite. We'll get to that. I have got a favourite. I don't normally pick favourites for shows, but there's a couple that are exceptions. So let's skip through this and see if anything else happens. Again, like I said, this is one of the cool things with the 360. You can just do interesting shots like this, but the thing is, it just takes so long to edit, and I do enough editing time as it is. This is where I did a few of the little highs to people that I saw waving at the camera, things like that. We've got one of Gary here. I'm pretty sure I've done one of Nick, who was filming here. And there's one for Nick. Check out Nick's channel, by the way. He films everything. His knowledge of the car scene's incredible. Literally, gotta be the single most archive. Oh, and also one for Lola there. And I'm pretty sure there's a couple more, if we can't hear. Oh yeah, there's the ones for Michael, Cam and James. And is there anything else in this video? I can't quite remember. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, this is something interesting. We also found a dog. Or, like, someone dressed up as a dog, full dog thing. If I remember right, can we get a wave? Let's see.
Alright, give us a wave! Give us a wave! Woo!
Wave 16. And now, the horn's going off. So, let's skip on to the next video. And there is no next video. This brings us on to February. So, let's see what happened in February. Like I said, not particularly much happened in January. We did 3 meets, I think. I don't know if there was a 4th meet. I can't actually remember. I'm just going off the videos I've done. I've put some photos in throughout this video, and I've got a few visual aids here if I need them, but we'll see. We'll see how this goes. This might end up being a multi-part series. I don't know how long this is going to be. It's the first time I've done one of these, so we'll see how it goes. But February, let's see what happened in February. So, first thing of February, Bar 54. I haven't been there in a while. And unfortunately, a good run of bad luck. Yeah, that's a shame. The car at the top left here, unfortunately burnt out. Lovely car, lovely owner. Oh, tragic things. Oh yeah, and we have the Granada here starting the video off. That text took forever to make, the flame stuff. Got to get the Granada in. Like I said, this was all before we had the Mopar. So let's skip through this. Anything else happening at Bar 54? As I said, if you want to see any of these videos in full, all of these are up on the channel. Like I said, I'm just skipping through all of these right now quickly. That was...
Morning. How we going, mate? You all right? Yeah, not too bad, mate.
Always check for fuel leaks, anything like that. Safety's #1 priority. That was just a tragedy. And again, another thing made these videos take forever. Using the 360 just made things so long. But like, one thing I do want to say, the 360 is cool for stuff like this. When you want to go around and zoom in and out of vehicles, things like that, it is very cool for stuff like this. You wouldn't be able to do it normally, but it just takes way too long to edit. I might do it if I do specific individual cars. I might start bringing this back out, but we'll see how it goes. Yeah, anything else happens? This thing was very loud if I remember correctly. And so that's pretty much all of Bar 54. So again, what was the next logical meet? Bagshot Breakfast Meet, February edition. So again, this is before Mopar, this is Granada times. Have a quick blast through this one. We're starting this off with the drone footage and the Dobermans. Is there anything of note in this video that I can particularly spot? Let's have a look. These will always get in videos. Whenever they're there, I will stop, I will look. You have your favourites, don't you? Everyone does.
You get attention this time.
This was going off, I think it was last month's or last year's videos where I filmed Daz's car coming in, and I think Kelly said, when do I get a shot? And this time I was like, okay, you get the attention. You gotta love the Bling Beast. Awesome car. And again, this is when I used to do long videos. I'll put everything in one. I'll put the drone footage in one video with the walk around and leaving an entrance footage. I'll put it all into one video, which is good, I guess. It just took a lot of time to edit though. And except for the Superbird, obviously that's going to be my car to show, this caught my eye. I like this a lot. Just a cool car. I haven't seen it out since, I don't think. And it also being a Coronet. We'll get to that. So let's have a look through. Anything else of note? Car of the show. I think that's pretty much everything from the February bag shot. We had this cool trike. Lovely Rivera, is that, I believe it is? And it looks like, what are we in? Looks like we were in the Focus that day for some reason. Don't remember why. It looks wet on the ground, so it might have been raining that day. But I think that's pretty much everything of note from the bag shot video. I don't know why it's so long. I've definitely cut down on video length, that's for sure. Well, except for this one, I can already tell this is going to be long. But it wasn't a bad thing. I mean, if you hadn't... Oh yeah. This will be the last thing from this video, I'm pretty sure. Andy Carter, APC Custom Images. Famous words.
I will see you soon. I don't know where I'm going to be or where I'm going next, but I shall see you soon.
We shall be around.
Alright, no doubt.
Catch you in a bit, mate.
Yeah.
See you later.
One, mate.
You too, mate. See you later.
I don't know where I'm going to be or when I'll see you, but I shall see you soon. The famous words. So let's skip through this very quickly. As I said, anything in here that catches your eye and you want to see it, just check through the full video. I'm not going to link them all, they're just on my channel. Alright, so, on to Krispy Kreme's February. This one here is maybe a bit of a hint to, well, I mean, no one would have got it, obviously, because no one knew I was actually looking at my car at the time. Yeah, so, I was just trying something different with the thumbnails. I put Graham's Satellite as the thumbnail. I just thought, well, plus I was trying to make it quicker. I was trying to not mess about with videos so much. I didn't have time to do a thumbnail, so I just chucked this on. I thought, okay, maybe this will get people to click. You know, just big, lovely mobile. So again, pulling in straight on the drone shot into Krispy Kreme's. Anything of note on this one? This is all the entrance footage. As I said, this is back when I used to put everything in one video. Now I'll do a bonus clips video, I'll do a drone footage, and I'll do a walk around. But back then I just chucked everything in one video. This is before I was even on camera, you know, I wasn't saying anything, I hadn't shown my face particularly much. And yeah, I just added random details like this, like when he went to go jump start another car. Don't know why, but I did, and it's just added to it, so. Right, so moving on to the Goodwood Motor Circuit. I believe this actually happened the previous week, after we'd done Bar 54. We went from Bar 54, went over to the Goodwood Motor Circuit, we were in the Granada obviously, and we just drove in there, and we thought, we could make a cool video. This was back when I used to use the 360 a lot, and I mean a lot, like I used to use it every week. I haven't used it in months, but it did get some very cool footage. So starting off, try to do the title font on the screen, same as Goodwood in a way, with the green, the black and white writing. And if you've never been to Goodwood before, this is home of the Revival, and just across the road, I believe it is the Goodwood House. That's where the Goodwood Festival of Speed happens. So these are worldwide known motor racing circuits. And yeah, Goodwood's a huge place. Now, I was going through all of this last night, and there's only one other thing I want to quickly add to this, besides the tunnel shot. That's cool. There's a cool shot I like coming up here. Right from the back of the car, you can see the rear light, the brake lights, right from the back as we're cruising, right around the side, all the way to the front. It is cool. Takes loads of effort, loads of editing. Ugh, not a fun thing. And so this brings us to the South of England Showground. Yeah, again, another bit of a random video. I think it really happened in January or February. It was a very slow start to the year. I'm anticipating this year to be much better, but I quickly threw the drone up, got some cool drone footage. But we were here for the auto jumble, which wasn't the biggest. So what else? Well, there you go, perfect example. We're on to March already. Hardly anything happened in January and February. It was a very slow month. Right, NSRA swap meet. I'm looking forward to this one this year. Only a very couple of things I want to mention. It was extremely cold. I don't even think I bought anything. As you usually do when you go to the swap meet. You go there, you get freezing cold, you see some cars that you'll never see again, and you wonder why you did it all, and then you go back next year. And, oh, actually, there is something I can mention about this. This was March 5th, I believe it was. Listen to this. Now, why is Daz yelling Mopar at me? Well, no one knew it, but the day prior to this, we had gone and picked up the Mopar. Let's go to March Bag Shop Breakfast Meet. Let's mention this now. I did every bag shop this year, or last year. I did every single one, so that's why bag shop keeps coming up, because it was the one I always made sure I got to. And again, I started this off with a drone shot. Well, I think this might have been the first month that I had this effect as the thing on the screen. Let's just call it that. And this is when Clive had just bought this tractor hot rod thing. Always got cool motors around him. So we'll skip forward to this point here. Mark was having some, I think it was fuel difficulties at the time. We ended up getting the car running in the end. One thing I do want to mention, or I can remember anyway, is one thing I noticed when I was watching it back. I was like, that don't look quite right. The boot wasn't shut in this car. Random detail that adds absolutely nothing to it, but that is a very, very cool car. And a Mopar as well. So I think that's everything that there is for March on Bag Shop. Let's move on to Krispy Kremes. Let's have a look through this. Oh yes, oh yeah, I remember this. So this was completely incidental. This just happened. I had the drone up at the time and flying it about. I think I'd done the flyover of the car park once, and I was flying it back up. I could see some cars coming down the roundabout, I guess. And this was back when I used to follow cars down the road with the drone and things like that. All just takes more time now that I don't bother. But this made for a epic entrance to a video, this did. Or I personally thought anyway. And I tried to line it up with the music, drum beats, and then we have text on screen. And so that then just transitions to driving over the entire show. I think I just added to it. It's better than just nothing happening. At least it had something dynamic. And then this is Dan Graham here, taking a picture of the road sweeper. I think this might have been one of the times when I said they need to put a blown Hemi in one of them and to get that down the drag strip. It'd be interesting, it'd be different. And this is a cool shot of Fred and all the Scooter Boys leaving. And oh yeah, okay, the last thing we can add is when we were on the way home, there was a couple of cats sitting in a window. They were cute, added them in, don't know why, they're cute, there's some kittens. And now coming along to Cool Flow number 6, this again was a 2022 video that I had just not got round to. I got very held up on doing the Cool Flow videos, again, mainly due to the 360. I've done the same thing this year with the Cool Flow videos. I've done 3 of them and they're not all out. I've done every single Cool Flow there's been. Haven't managed to get the videos out. We will work better on that this year, I'll get them all out. Trying something different with the intro. Again, this is before I did the speaking, so I just had the phone, did some timing. With the Cool Flow meets, we always tried to get there very early, just as we can see, first in here. And you can see the sun going down. It gets dark very quickly when you get to the Cool Flow 6 meet. Last one of the year, it gets very dark very early. And so here you go, here's the 360 walk around. It makes, well, sort of good footage. I don't think it's as good as what I do now. I think the walk-arounds I do now are much better than what the 360 used to be able to provide. And then this here was me trying to do some nighttime filming, because Mary said to film this car. And yeah, it was so dark. I didn't actually bring one of the torches with me. This year, I'll get some videos up of those. So like usual at most events, we are the very last to leave. And there's one cool thing coming up here. This is when, I remember doing this, this was a cool little thing. I'm just writing this onto the back of the Granada. This year I will actually be able to do this with the Mopar. Write it on the back at the very end of the show. We've done every cool flow there's been, so we're going to continue doing them. So, that seems to be everything so far. I'm going to try and do these in a 3-part sort of series, 4-part series, 3 months each, January, February, March, and then we'll do the others going on. So, I hope you enjoyed the video. The next ones coming are going to be much better than this. This is my first time doing this, and this is 2 days later that I'm filming this section over the rest of the video, and I've already edited this one, so I know what it's going to be like. I sort of know how to actually do a video like this now. So, the next ones are going to be, I personally think, much better than this. So, I hope you enjoyed the video, subscribe to see more, and yeah, see you in the next part.